Peace and grand risings to my Hebrew brothers and sisters. Peace to the strangers and peace to the Gentiles. Everybody keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, judgments, and ordinances of the Most High God. Now, before I get into this video, as always, I want to give praise and glory to the Most High God for rising me up this day to give me the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to share amongst you all. And for this video, it's going to be a part 2 video. This is part 1. Part 2 will be right after this. But for part 1, I just want to say this. I'm starting to see a division between brothers and sisters who are Yah only and know of the Most High and that are keeping his laws and commandments. But the division is between keeping the Torah only and keeping the Torah and Tanakh only. Now, me personally, I am going strictly to Torah only, and I'm going to be breaking down every other book for myself because I have not explored any other books outside of the Torah because the Most High personally came to me and I heard his voice tell me to not go any further. Once I was done reading the KJV for the first time, I read Genesis-Deuteronomy for myself all the way through for the first time, and I heard his voice come upon me, told me not to go no further. I even tried to read Joshua, and I just kept hearing in my head, don't go no further, don't go no further. I even explained this to my mother. So that's why I haven't personally gone any farther. But now, as I study the Septuagint, since that is the closest translation to the original, to our original language, that's what I'm studying now, and I'm breaking it down. But I just don't like it. Me personally, we are supposed to be keeping Torah. And when we return back to our land, when the Most High returns us back to our land, that's just all we're going to be keeping. We're not going to be looking at the books of the prophets. We're going to be dwelling amongst each other with the strangers and the Gentiles that's going to be hearkening to us and rejoicing with us. So that's all that's going to matter when once we return back to our land. So that's why I personally don't like the division between our brothers and sisters who are Yah only and keeping the laws and commandments. This is the only thing we're supposed to be studying and going by as life goes on, as we are in this captivity, in this bondage until the Most High return for us. That's why we have to return to him now while in captivity so he knows that our heart is pure for him only. That's the only reason that we should be learning about, we should be studying and keeping Torah only. Now, that's why I say that. And I'm about to get into part 2 because I want to show y'all. So far, I'm on the edge with Joshua at the moment, so I skipped over Joshua. But see, I have been taking my own notes. I started with Judges, Ruth, and Kings, so I ain't going to try to show too much of that. So there's going to be part 2, so make sure y'all stick around for part 2. But that's why I do not like the division between our brothers and sisters, calling each other out of names, fussing with each other, arguing with each other, saying all these words like that's harsh to us. I'm pretty, y'all know the Most High do not like us arguing. I mean, we are in captivity because our fathers before us, not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they were righteous men. But our fathers before us that were in captivity in Egypt, they were worshiping other gods besides the Most High. We only supposed to worship the Most High God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob only. That's it. Now, I'm going to get into part 2. Y'all stick around. Peace again to my Hebrew brothers and sisters. Let's get into this video. This is part 2. Now, I recorded a whole 10-minute video breaking down all my notes I took. If you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch part 1 of me explaining the division between our brothers and sisters that's keeping Torah only and the brothers and sisters that's keeping Torah and Tanakh only. Genesis through Deuteronomy, and then Joshua through Malachi. So I took notes. I'm just going to show y'all the notes now because I made a whole 10-minute video for part 2 to explain and break it down. But, man, it went away, and I am irritated at the moment, so I'm not even about to go back through it. But so my notes were taken that's contradiction Torah so far because I'm the type, if I hear something, I'm not going to run with it. I'm not going to get mad at nobody because like I said in part 1, I don't like that our brothers and sisters are calling each other out of each other's names. Like that's disrespectful. That's going against each other. We ain't, oh yeah, are in captivity. But man, I don't like it. I don't like the division between our brothers and sisters. But I did Judges. I skipped over Joshua because I'm still kind of, iffy with Joshua at the moment because he was with Moses. So I did Judges. I said verse 1, contradict Torah, which was Exodus 20, 18 through 19, Exodus 23, 20 through 23, and Deuteronomy 18, verses 6 through 17. I wish my video didn't get deleted, y'all. Man, I had a whole 10-minute video on that, man. Goodness. Then I did Ruth, and I wrote down she is a Moabite. That contradicts, well, it doesn't contradict Genesis, but Deuteronomy 23 and 3 says they should not be in the assembly of the Most High. So, if they're not supposed to be in the assembly of the Most High, her book is not supposed to be part of our law. Then Genesis 19, that's when the daughters of Lot slept with their father. Now, that's an abomination. Out of all the men on earth, the eldest daughter lied and said there is no man on earth that should go into them. They could have went back to Abraham's heritage and lineage and went back and slept with one of them. They didn't have to go and do that with their father. Got that man drunk. So then I wrote down, Yah, the Most High God, gave the children of Lot an inheritance, but they are not to assemble with his people. Now, I did, in the Septuagint, which I use to study, I did Kings 1, which is 1 Samuel in the KJV. Now, I wrote down verse 3 in chapter 1 and verse 2 contradicts Torah. And I said, contradicts Torah by saying the Lord God of Sabaoth. That's what it says in here. It doesn't say Lord God. We know the Most High God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is not the Lord God of Sabaoth. So that definitely contradicts Torah. And I wrote down Exodus chapter 3, verse 14 through 16. And I did chapter 2, verse 10 contradicts Torah, and it mentions a Christ. It says the words Christ in them, uses this word, and that contradicts Torah, the law. And I wrote down all the scriptures that contradict. So if y'all want to go and do y'all research on that, this is what I got so far. I'm going to do all the books. And once I see something that contradicts the law, the Most High laws, I automatically know that book is not to be read. So, and the Most High came to me personally and told me not to go no further. After I was done reading and studying the KJV, now that I read the Septuagint, because this is the closest to our original scriptures, that's where I'm at with it right now. So I had made a 10-minute long video. And it got deleted. I was breaking down literally everything y'all see I took on my notes. But that's the farthest I got, family. I don't want this to get deleted. This is part 2 to part 1. Y'all go ahead and watch the first one where I was explaining the division between our people. I don't like it. And that's where I'm at so far. So those 3 books that I have went through thus far contradicts Torah. That's it. And I'm going to keep studying. I'm going to bring, as I keep going through all these books, I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to bring it with a video, so y'all stay tuned for it. Peace, my brothers and sisters. Peace to the Gentiles and the strangers that are rejoicing among us. May y'all have a good day and continue to do y'all research.